Good afternoon. Today we'll be discussing teamwork dynamics and communication. Now, let's start off. What is a team? Teams are groups of two or more people who interact and influence each other, are mutually accountable for achieving common goals associated with organizational objectives. Now, let's make this presentation a little bit more personal. Look in your community. Look where you hang out. Look where you go to work at. These are all teams. In your local community, your church deacon board, your local government, if you're on a college campus, student government association, student activities board, the football, basketball team, obvious choices for teams. They all work together to better their organizational objective or to better an institution, such as the administration at your university. Now, we must clarify something. Although all teams are groups, all groups are not teams. What I mean by this is that if you and a group of individuals, say 4 or 5 friends, get up every day and go to lunch, you are not a team. You are, in fact, an informal group. Informal groups are a group of individuals who get together not with a mandated objective, but just to hang out and for mutual benefits to each other. Maybe personal, maybe professional, but they are not a team. Look at this picture. You see a group of men standing together taking a picture. You assume that this is a team. However, these young men do not have an objective besides being college graduates. That is a universal thing for all men at a college institution, so that does not make them a team. This is a group of friends who got together during their graduation practice and decided to take a picture. They are an informal group because they do not have an objective that they're wishing to accomplish. So, what makes a team? Instead of using a diagram from the book, I decided to go online and search, and I found one that mostly fits it, but it's missing one thing. That one thing will be elaborated on later on in this presentation. But let's look at it right now. Complementary skills, mutual accountability, meaningful purpose, shared values, clear performance goals, manageable numbers, and well-defined working approach. All this put together makes an effective team. Now, we all know teams work together for a common goal. However, does that make it a good thing to have a team instead of having an individual? There are some advantages and disadvantages of being on a team. Looking at this picture, you see a step show team preparing for the fall 2011 step show at North Carolina Central University. They all look the same, dress the same, and mostly work together to achieve a common goal. They are in fact a team. Although there are some advantages of working together as a team to achieve a common goal, such as winning the step show, which is motivation. Everybody motivates each other, accountability for when somebody slacks off, and work ethic can all be tied together as an advantage because every member of the team pushes the next member. However, there can also be disadvantages of being on a team. One of these disadvantages is known as social loafing. Social loafing occurs when people exert less effort when working in teams than when working alone. I'm going to let you marinate on that thought for a second. I'm going to tie it personally to your personal life. Have you ever worked in a team and you feel like you was doing 95% of the work while your other team members only did 5% and expected the same amount of credit? That in itself is social loafing. Social loafing occurs when people, in a better choice of the word, become lazy. They rely more on the team members than on themselves, and and inadvertently do not carry their own weight. Social loafing can be detrimental to a team because it breaks down the team dynamic. Team members don't want to work with each other. Team members feel distracted with each other because they feel like they're doing more work than the next person. Social loafing is one of the main things that can break down a team. Another thing that can break down a team is communication. Now, look at this picture. You see two people holding cans in the air with a cord together. This used to be a form of a game called telephone. If anybody's ever played telephone, the first person sends a message to the next person, to the next person, to the next person, until it gets to the last person. And then the last person states what the message was. Normally, about 99% of the time, the message is distorted. It's not the same message that the first person sent. Somewhere through the line, that message was distorted. This could be real detrimental to teams. Effective communication is vital for any organization, any team to survive. Now, this right here is a team. As you notice, there'll be multiple pictures of members of the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. I decided to make this presentation more personal so you can tie it to your everyday life or tie it to the situation that you know or you've seen. For us, as you see, we're all one unit, lined up the same shirt, same pant, same boots. For us to work together to make our probate on that day and to make the organization very successful, we had to have effective communication. Looking to the left of the picture, you see there's a man with a yellow shirt on, and he's talking to one of the members. He is communicating something to that member, who in turn pass it down to us, and we will pass it back, tell us what we need to do in the next segment of the show that we will perform at the time. This is an essential component of a working team. If there is lackluster communication, the team will perform poorly. I'll give you an example. Say the message was passed and it went down to maybe the 10th person in the line and stopped. That would have divided the group in half. While the rest of the group from 11 to 19 would have been speechless and wouldn't know what to do next. Groups 1 through 10, people 1 through 10, would have heard what been said and knew exactly what to do. This can create a divide in the team and make the overall performance of the team lackluster. So we presented in this presentation, communication is a vital thing to teamwork, and it's the main thing that makes teamwork works. Without communication, a team will fall. Also, I want to reiterate the fact that all groups are not teams, and all teams are not groups. I'd like to thank you for the time, and this is the end of our presentation.